Hi, everybody. Um, Take a deep breath. Let's all do this together right now. It's therapy time. And I really want to be super focused for this conversation. And I hope I don't get a little bit emotional and riled up. But it's not just about me, it's about us. Okay, so deep breaths. Let's enjoy each other's company today. Let's enjoy some awesome conversation. I always enjoy my Wednesdays, as you know. To all my old school subscribers, thank you guys so much. You're helping build this channel. We're blowing up. I see lots of new members. Thank you guys so much. Can't do it without you, as you know. And to the new subscribers, thank you so much for having the cojones to check me out because I'm pretty sure. What's so funny is like I'm in such a weird middle ground, right? Like, should I check out Buck? No, Buck is this, Buck is that. So it really means a lot to me that you all are uh, here today. Whatever side you're on, I'm not on any side. I'm on literally on the side. It's not even a side. I'm on in reality. So I think that's why I'm hoping that I sort of pull you in here because it's all about reality based stuff here. It's just reality. And so with that, if you are new here, the OGs know what's up. I'm gonna call you out where you're from in a good way, right? And who's in the house today. And that means where you live, where you're from, whatever you feel comfortable with. And so I want to show you all the amazing community, and I use community lightly, where we're all from. We're from all over the world. It's incredible. So when I see you, I'll call you out, and then we'll get into some awesome, heavy conversation today. So the first one I see is the Netherlands. Thank you for joining. Netherlands is in the house. Florida's in the house. Portland's in the house. Humboldt is in the house. Idaho's in the house. Israel's in the house. More Netherlands. Terf. I see you, Terf person. You've been waiting for me to call you out even before the show started. You're like so turfed out. You're like, want me to call you out. So, Preston, Nick, Terf, you're here. Great. We see you. Okay. So just chill out. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Florida's in the house. Michigan's in the house. Quebec's in the house. North Carolina's in the house. The UK, El Paso. Ukraine is in the house. In Poland. Right on. Fort Worth, Nova Scotia, Canada, Niagara Falls, BC, Bonnie, Scotland here, right on. A Scottish Jew, right on. Sunny, too. I'd love to talk about that more sometime. Oregon, Ohio, Wales, Illinois, Britain, Massachusetts, Germany, Florida, Colorado, Texas, baby, the Northeast Mountains. We got Arizona, we got Sweden, we got Kansas, we got Tennessee, you guys rock. Disney World. I have a good sense of humor. Just so if you don't know me, know me. I have a great sense of humor, so you can make fun, and I love that stuff. So just make fun of the world here because it's kind of off its rocker. Victoria, Australia's in the house. Is that Minnesota? Prairie, Minnesota, Montaner. Where's that? Tennessee, West Virginia, where my mom's from. South Carolina. Love you, Buck. Thank you very much. Arizona, Cancun. Where's that? Warsaw, Poland's in the house. We got Virginia in the house. North Carolina, California, right on. Lisa's the moderator. She's awesome. If you have problems, contact her. She will take care of it. Idaho's in the house. Japan's in the house. Arizona, South Carolina, East Bernard, Texas. We got Maine, Arizona, New Mexico, Germany. Woo! New Orleans, where I used to live for 4 years. Alberta, Canada, Butte, Northern California, Frankfurt, Germany. We got I can't pronounce it. I apologize. I literally apologize. Arizona. Oh my God, you guys. I mean, come on. I didn't even graduate high school. For real. Not that I'm making fun, but it's the truth. At 63, I'm learning so much in my life. Colorado, England, Denmark, Louisiana, Oxford, Quebec, Glasgow, Scotland, Netherlands, Birmingham, New York, right? West Virginia, Hungary, Fredericksburg, Virginia, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Ontario, Carolina, South Dakota. You guys, is the whole show going to be because we got to get into this. Texas, Washington, England. We've got more than ever. I'm telling you, Indiana, New Hampshire, Hungary, Minneapolis, Japan's in the house again. Is that wow? Right on. Um, is that Riverside, Montana, Georgia, Finland? I've been to a lot of these places, by the way. Virginia, Argentina, Canada. Oh, that means Canada. Okay, I see you're trying to trip me up there. Okay, kids, let's just get into this. Okay, you're from all over the world, and I love you guys so much. And it's just amazing how many people from all over the world we have. And really, it does. It actually really means a lot to me that you make the time to come and hang out here and learn some new stuff from a different space of the trans space as well as from the LGBT space where I think a lot of people have been turned off. And so today, I really want to get into this conversation about turfism, okay? And I actually want to let you all know that I have supported the TERF movement from pretty much day one. I have supported the TERF movement. So any TERFs in the house, you're more than welcome to raise your hand. We got that one TERF who's obsessed with making sure we all know they're a TERF. But, excuse me, TERF is not necessarily a bad term, okay? And this is why I want to talk about this, because I have been lately getting hugely attacked by a very particular faction of the turfdom. And this is why this conversation today, I think, is going to be very important, okay? Because it comes down to community. And communities always eat themselves alive. I don't care what community you're from. I guarantee you. If it's a religious community, if it's a sexual community, if it's a thanks for being a new member, Jen. I appreciate that. Any community, they just tend to all of a sudden have they crack, right? Then they start to become factions within this thing. And then those factions start to fight each other. And then they start to effing eat each other alive. And then it's literally what happened to the LGBT community. It's what happened to the transgender community. All the communities I used to belong to, right? I belonged to the lesbian community. I had belonged to the queer community. I belonged to trans community. I belong to the feminist movement on some level. I've always fought for the rights of women. So when it came to the TERF, does everybody here know the definition of what a TERF is? There might be people here today who don't know what the definition of TERF is. So, of course, I had to go and look up what they say is the definition of TERF, okay? Because you have to understand, people are going to I don't even believe things are factual anymore. I think that people who are putting this information in have an agenda, right? So the first thing that comes up of TERF, a person whose views on gender identity are considered hostile to transgender people or who oppose social and political policies designed to be inclusive of transgender people. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's an early 21st century acronym from trans-exclusionary radical feminist, originally used with reference to radical feminists whose advocacy of women's rights excluded the rights of transgender women and initially intended as a neutral term. Now, I have some issue with that. Okay, I do. I have some issue with that particular definition of what a TERF is. And why do I have that? Because here comes a person whose views on gender identity are considered hostile, okay, to transgender people. Now, that's not necessarily true. That is not necessarily true. Okay, so right, I guess I'm a wire slinger. I guess I'm a TERF. Who knew? That's right. I'm not hostile. I'm a transsexual person. To the people who are new here, I'm a transsexual person, and I believe in the basis of what a TERF is saying, okay? And this is why words sometimes, well, most of the time, always matter. I'm not hostile, and I think a lot of the women coming to this space of TERFdom in the beginning are not hostile. They're stating their belief system. They're stating their right as a woman to a specific space. How is that hostile? I would love to know how that, is there a male version of TERF? I think you don't have to be either female or male. I think you can be, I think you can be a TERF, if that makes sense. I don't think it is, it's regulated, relegated specifically to a woman can only be a TERF, or I think man and woman can be a TERF. It's about, to me, a TERF is somebody who is outspoken about a very specific thing, which is men in women's spaces. Because I'm going to go back to something here. It says it's hostile to, first they say to transgender people, right? They keep using the word people, okay? But then it says originally used with reference to radical feminists whose advocacy of women's rights excluded the rights of transgender women. No, it is not excluding the rights of transgender women. But if you notice, TERFs are focused on transgender women, right? Which are men in women's spaces. I will guarantee you probably every dude who's in this room today would not have an issue with me being in their space. I'm pretty sure of it. And if you do, I very much respect that. I do. If you don't know me, I do respect that, okay? I don't put myself in your space to make noise or to be seen or any of that. I just want to just be in these spaces. Look at me. Look at me. Do you even think I could even use the woman's space? No, I can't. Okay. So I really do make an effort to blend into the dudes, and I really do try to make an effort to not make a big deal about it. And here, when we're on the internet and we're having these great conversations, it's different. But if I'm out in the world, nobody knows that I am female, and that's the whole effing point of transitioning, right? So. Oh, thank you, Angel. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. So I want to say that I don't necessarily think TERFs are always hostile, and I don't think, and I also want you to know that TERF is specifically about transgender women in women's spaces. It's not about trans men, okay? Because nobody gives a shit about us. Because I am a socialized human being as a female. I'm a female. I was socialized as a female. I lived half my life as how many people do you know? How many people do you actually know who have lived half their life in a female space and half their life in a male space? I'm one of these very rare people. I've walked the world in the space of a woman, where people saw me as a woman, people interacted with me as a woman, people came to me as a woman. And then as I transitioned and I looked as I am today, people come to me as a male. I interact in the world as a man. I get looked at as a man. I get spoken to as a man. I get treated as a man. And so I have a very unique perspective that I wish people would understand. I am here to create bridges. I am not here to disrupt. I did that when I was 20, okay? I did disruption activism when I was 20, specifically around the AIDS movement and specifically around dyke power, okay? So I've done it all. But I want you to understand that it doesn't matter if you agree with me as my transition. I'm super okay with that. I am, because I'm not here for validation. I'm just not. That's not what I have been speaking about on this channel, or why I created this channel. I created this channel because of you guys, and I really want you guys to see and hear a different perspective from the trans space. And I want you to see somebody who's old school, who did this in order to hang out with you, okay? I want to hang out with you. I want to be part of you. I want to go to lunch and dinner and break bread with you and do all of these things with you without having to be trans, if that makes sense. So I have lived both male and female spaces, okay? I'm not discounting that I'm female. Don't get mad, okay? Right. So anyone who's been in the transsexual space and who transitioned will understand you get treated differently. I see things now as a male that I never saw as a female, okay? I get treated so differently as a male. That's why you cannot say that the patriarchy, I hate that word, but it exists. There is an unbalanced scale here. Men most definitely have passages that are much easier than it is to a woman. I'm not saying everything. It's not easy to be a man. And I want all my male, right, friends here to understand it is not easy to be a man. You are also socialized with things that are, to me, very damaging on some level. Like you're not allowed to cry, or you're not allowed to be emotional, or you're not allowed to have certain kinds of feelings about certain things. I mean, that is 100% the truth. Man up. What do you think man up means, right? Man up means Don't cry. You're a big pussy. My dad would say that to me when I was a young person. And if I got upset about something and I would cry, my dad would get so pissed off. He'd be like, you're a pussy, shut up. Like, my dad would treat me like that as a girl. So I can just imagine the heaviness on men. So let's not discount that, okay? Really don't discount that, men. But in the context of the rights in the world, let me just ask this question to you all right here, because I pretty much think it's a good question. Okay, let's flip the narrative right now, and let's say like all of this trans stuff was happening in the man space. Okay, let's just say like a bunch of chicks were invading the men's bathroom, and a bunch of chicks were taking over men's rights and saying like, this is how a man acts, right? And let's say we were like over. Let me grab this. Some trans women try to keep male privilege, male point of view. That's the problem. Exactly. Too close to me are trans men. Never had those issues. Yeah, I mean, of course, because we're all socialized to believe men have to be a certain way, right? But let's just say, what if this narrative was flipped? Okay, and what if the TERFs were men? What if the TERFs were saying, we don't want women in our spaces, we don't want women, acting like men, and acting like men have to be this certain way? Do you think this conversation would even be happening right now? It's a real question. Do you think that if the narrative was switched, do you think that we would be having all of this conversation? There are on Grindr. Yeah, but that's nowhere near. I know there are. 100% they are. Nowhere near the level of trans women. 100% this is happening. They are on Grindr, gay male, dating apps. 100%, but it's a very small amount. It's not. No. And I'm looking in the bigger 100% trans men are invading men's spaces. I kind of did that. I kind of did that back in the day. I won't deny what I did with my adult work and all kind of the things I was doing back in the day. Let me say this. If I knew today what my sort of trans male liberation stuff that I was doing was going to affect a large group of young people, I want to say that I probably wouldn't have done it, because I think that the stuff I did back in the day has an effect now on these trans men who think they're gay and can come into men's spaces. I want you to know, when I was doing certain things, and I was invited into gay men's spaces, by the way. I did not put myself in there, okay? I had to tiptoe around it. Men brought me there. Men were very giving to me. Gay men brought me into, leather bars, and I traveled the world with a huge amount of gay men friends, and they just really opened their arms to me. And I think that it was, why, Buck, you defending groomers? Lisa, please, can you please take care of that person? So that being said, I think my experience back in the day was 100% different than what I see today. And I think today what's happening is that the internet gave privilege to a bunch of people, okay? It gave privilege to a young group of trans men who think that they can just take a space that I don't think... hold on. You know what? How many people want me to wreck this person? Because I just have to. I'm in that mood. Hold on. Buck, why you defending groomers? Are you sure you want to play this game with me, buddy? Because I have a fire under my ass today. So if you want to play this fucking game with me, dude, you better be fucking prepared. First off, don't you ever call me a groomer. You clearly have no clue who the fuck I am, buddy. Secondly, why don't you, okay, explain to me, and I'll bring it up here on stage, why you think I'm a groomer and why I would ever defend a groomer. Every motherfucker in this room knows what I do, what I preach, okay? what I have preached from day fucking one, even before I started this fucking channel. So don't come on here and start fucking trying to defame me and call me these fucking names. I have issues, okay, with even that word, okay? Jeffree Star is not a groomer, okay? So there you go again. This is the problem right here. This is the fucking problem with the fucking internet, okay? Some loser who's probably at home wanking off to me right now and then saying shit like this because he wants me to get hot and heavy because he's totally getting a free porno session out of me right now. So you know what, buddy? I'm going to wait 1 second here, okay? I'm going to wait 1 second here. And I'm going to see if you have the balls, okay, to even tell me what a groomer is and why you would ever even attach that to my name. Ever. So you will now be, because you're a big pussy ass. So now guess what? You're kicked out of this room forever. And nobody will ever, ever, ever see you again. So go fuck yourself. And that's it. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. Sorry, everybody. Sorry for the little bit of the right turn. But I will not tolerate this is the kind of shit that I'm trying to show you. We have people like this who don't want to find middle ground. Okay, I am nothing but 100% always honest with my subscribers and the people who come to my channel. And that's why you think they keep fucking coming back here, because I won't take your fucking shit, okay? I'm here for the kids. I'm here for women's rights, okay? I'm also here for men's rights, and I'm also here for transsexual rights, okay? All of us together care about children. And when you call somebody like me a groomer, that means you actually do not care about the children, okay? It means you are an actual freak who's coming on here to use me to get off on, and you're the actual groomer. You see how it's manipulation? It is manipulation 101. So there, I gave you a free session, or you can send me $200 because I charge $200 for every 20 minutes to PayPal. Just kidding. My old days. That's that. Anyway, I want to get back to TERFs, okay? So TERFs have every right. I 100% agree that TERFs have every right to say what they're saying. And all the time that I have been watching that movement grow, I have been nothing but on board with what they have to say. Because I also believe that women's spaces are important, okay? They are important. I think we can agree to disagree here right now, but men's spaces are a little bit different than women's spaces, okay? Most men are not having some abuse in the woman's space, okay? Most men are able to take care of themselves. And I'm saying most. Of course, I'm using a very, kind of umbrella term here. But there are always people who don't, okay? But that being said, let's just be honest with each other here today. Women need protection from creepy dudes. I mean, I'm laughing because it's just unbelievable that we're having this conversation on November 12th, 2025 at 12:30 p.m. or 12:20 p.m. in Los Angeles time. Are we actually having this conversation? I have been part of the women's rights movement, okay? And I'm still part of the women's rights movement. I didn't turn my back on women, and anyone who knows me and has been around me will know that I care. And I see things that are absolutely 100% there. And we are all being gaslit by trans women or women, okay? Trans women are not effing women. They are trans women. They are males who might have gender dysphoria, who have to do what I did. We're talking Tory, Blair, right? We're talking about men who really want to look like women, walk like women, respect women. Blair would never disrespect you women. And I think you all know it. She loves you. She respects you. She is to me really the height of what a trans woman should want to achieve, because she is totally on board with the respect to women. You can't want to be a woman and disrespect them. That means nothing. That means that you really don't want to be a woman. It's how I feel about men. I respect men. I really have a lot of amazing straight, whatever you want to call them, dude, from every aspect and place of the world. I have Republican male friends, Democratic male friends, straight, gay, black, blue, green. I have every kind of man in my life. And you know what? They all love me and they all respect me. And we talk about stuff. And, it's so interesting to me that people don't seem to understand that the only way that you and I can coexist, because trans is not going away. I just want everybody to understand that here today. It's not going away. It's not. Buck, that incident at Gold's Gym with Tish was insane. Yes, Jen. So we're going to get into that right now, because I could talk to you guys forever. So, oh God. Okay, so we have another troll in the house. I think it's the same troll. I don't know why the troll comments really... Here. Buck sounds like a mentally disabled frog. So, entertainment. I just live for these comments, you guys. I live for them. So let me explain to you why I sound like a frog. Okay? This is why I sound like a frog. Because of testosterone. It doesn't change your voice. It makes your voice sound insane. Oh, you kicked him out, Lisa. I was going to have fun. That's all right. Thanks for kicking him out. But, so let me explain to everybody out there why I sound like a frog, because I 100% do. We used to call it the tranny voice, okay, before everybody became so politically correct. It's horrible. It's something that I always, believe me, it's in the back of my head. I know I have, and I sound like I'm on helium. It's hilarious. But, it's okay. It's okay. You kind of learn to deal with things in your life, right? You just do. You have to. If you don't learn to deal with things, you're not caught a live stream. Right on. Thank you, friend. Thank you. If you don't start to learn to deal with things that you cannot change, right? The courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to change the things you can, to not change the things you can't, right? And the wisdom to know the difference. The serenity prayer. I have a lot of Christian friends here. The serenity prayer is so powerful. Change the things you can. Deal with the things you can't, right? Know that. Have wisdom around it. I have full wisdom around my voice. I have the most ridiculous voice. I sound like a 16-year-old or a frog or I just sucked in a bunch of helium. It's funny. I literally can make fun of myself. And I think one of the biggest gifts I've been given is to learn how to not take myself so seriously, okay? Because why? I mean, I'm not going to get voice lessons. I'm not going to go have my voice box cut out. It's just not important to me. It's the reason why I also didn't get the surgery downstairs, because you have to weigh the pros and the cons to these things. But anyway, I mean, it's kind of funny. So right on. I have a froggy voice. So I want to get back to Tish. The whole reason all of what I'm talking about today is because there's a woman named Tish. Is it Hyman? Is that how you pronounce it? Hyman? Is it Hyman? She's amazing, okay? And this woman came out of left field. I didn't even know she existed. And she did something so profound and so amazing that I think at this point, I'm pretty sure we've all seen it. But I'm going to bring it up for the people who haven't seen it, because it's pretty awesome, okay? So hold on.
Gym, men, grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. The fuck? Everybody saw that man in the fucking locker room. No one's saying shit. And I'm fucking done with it. It's fucking stupid. It's dangerous. Me naked in front of a man without my permission. But I ain't the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room.
So I want you to notice something. I'm sure you all did, but she's a hero. I love her. One day maybe I will get an interview, but she's blowing up in every major, I'm just a little guy here, but it would be amazing to have an interview with her. I've already tried to reach out, but so the reason why I wanted to call today Terfs is because, like I said, I support the TERF movement. I believe in women's rights. I have always said things that are go against trans rights or women. I mean, trans women are women and all that nonsense. All TERFs don't like me. They haven't liked me. They've always said nasty things about me. They've always misgendered. As you know, I don't care about being misgendered. It means shit all to me. Like, fuck off. Like, who cares? Like, my voice or whatever, right? I am a female. So if you want to call me she, go right ahead. It makes you feel better. It's all about you. It's not about me. So anyway, my point being is, as this Tish thing escalated and I really put my voice into the arena and I said, thank you, Tish, for doing this. I support you all wholeheartedly, blah, blah, blah. I just started getting some crazy TERFs. Like, honestly, like crazy wingnut TERFs are so unhinged. And I'm only calling them TERFs because they call themselves TERFs, right? So a TERF is somebody who is a female, and I think a male too, but it's called trans-exclusionary radical feminists. They don't believe trans women are women, and you're all welcome. All TERFs are welcome. I like you. I support you. I have no issues with you. But what I need to understand is why you would push somebody like me away from you. I'm trying to help you, okay? I have no need. I'm only here to help the situation. Why? Because it also helps the transsexual situation. So I really want to build bridges. I know there's a lot of trolls today because it's called TERF. So all the crazy people came out, which is kind of funny because I kind of laid the bait. I already knew that was going to happen. I put the cheese on the trap, and they all just came out. It's quite funny how that works, right? Crafty Queen, thank you, friend. Tish is an absolute warrior queen. She is the child, yes, pointing at the emperor, saying, but he has no clothes on, and all the other adults are frozen in fear. So yes, this is exactly right, and that's a great analogy, okay? So, I just don't understand, to the TERFs out there, why you would try to cut your nose off to spite your face, or whatever that term is, right? Why are you attacking me in a way that just is so distasteful and so nasty? It just doesn't make sense. You cannot win any war without allies. Do you know that? Do you know that? I don't care what war it is. But if you don't have allies, okay, then you're not going to win. It's why do you think we need Israel in the Middle East, okay? Not only for other reasons, but also as an ally. You need to have allies in spaces that hate you. When all of these other countries are hating you, okay? And you're here, and we become an ally to Israel, and we help. No matter what you feel about Judaism, no matter what you feel about Israel or Zionism, that is an important space for all of us. You got to build bridges. You don't always have to love me. You don't have to love me. And you also don't even need to think that I am the most amazing person in the world, okay? Or that all the things I've done in my life are amazing, because they're not, okay? They're just not. And doesn't mean that I'm not an okay person for it. We're all allowed to do things and make mistakes. Now, that being said, it's the porn that really bothers some of you TERFs, because you're very anti-porn, which I get. I fully get. I think you all know that about me. I'm not going to apologize for my work in adult space. It's an adult space that I chose to do 20 years ago. It doesn't matter what you feel about it. I like it, okay? And I stand by it. And it did a lot of things that you might not. Also, any day you all want to actually have a conversation about it, I am more than happy to have a whole live about why, where, when, what, how, okay? 100%. But today, I want you to know that it doesn't matter that you hate my adult work from 20 years ago, okay? That's on you. It's not on me. I never ask you to watch it. I don't put it out there for you to watch it. It's pretty much off the internet. My website does sell adult products because I believe in adult products. What is this not understanding adult? Do you guys all understand the word adult? All the haters out there? Adult products on a website that are for adults only. You never, ever, ever have to go there. When you hate your neighbor next door, you never, ever, ever have to go there. But if you keep showing up on your neighbor's doorstep and complaining about you hate them, and why are you on their doorstep? Why are you even giving them a time of day? So this is what I keep trying to explain to you all. It doesn't matter if you like my past. It doesn't matter if you hate pornography. It doesn't matter if you hate adult toys. There's many people in the world that like that. And just so you know, it does wonders for them. Okay? Sometimes I wonder, do people even have a sex life? Because you're so anti that it's so crazy to me how anti you are. And like, you just don't need to be. Okay? Like, let's just put out something that I don't do and that I don't like. Okay? I don't go partying and I don't take drugs. No, if you want to go do that, and you want to smoke weed and you want to go dance, you go do that. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. So it's kind of the same thing. Like, why do I care that you're smoking weed every day and waking up and hitting the bong, right? And getting fucked up all day? That's your life. It's not my life. You're an adult. If you want to be a wake and baker, you go right ahead. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But fuck yeah, man. More weed for you. Take my weed. Go for it. But why do you care so much about other people's choices in life? Okay, going full circle back to TERFs. Okay, the reason why I attach myself to the TERFs is because the ultimate message there is important to me. I don't agree with everything these people say. There are unhinged TERFs. There is no doubt about it. It should never be black and white. No movement can be like that. You've got to have some leeway. You've got to have allies that you don't necessarily agree with. That's how you build a bigger space so that we can all get back to it. But when you start calling me a pimp and you start telling me that I'm a woman who leads young kids into transition, and this is what those unhinged TERF women are saying about me. And it's like, that's so interesting, because for the last 3 to 4 years, all I've done is say, and all the trans community, all I've done is say, TERFs are right. Trans women need their own space. Okay? You need to listen to women. I'm all for it. And trans people have been telling me, they're going to eat your Facebook. You're just siding with the enemy. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, I'm not siding with anybody. I'm siding with reality. Okay? But now you're proving them right. Just so you know. You're proving the trans activists right when you come for my face and you come for me, because I will not stand it. It does not mean I won't support you. I will still support TERFs, and I will still support the idea of women-only spaces, and I will still support biology and reality. But what I will not support, okay, is coming after me and digging up shit and pretending that you are saying something real. And with that, I want you all to see this, because it's nasty. Because I don't hide anything. I think you all know that. I don't hide anything, okay? So I want to read this to you, because I find it to be extremely horrifying. But this woman has been after me for years, okay? This is the most insane. Just a reminder, and so this woman continually posts this on X, okay? And it says, just a reminder, Buck Angel is a pimp. Let that sink. Yeah, this woman is a total wingnut. She's been after me for years. A pimp, okay? So right there, they're calling me a pimp, okay? Now, this is a TERF. This is a hardcore, proud TERF, okay? Okay? Just like Andrew Tate. Seriously, you're putting me in the same category as Andrew Tate. This is so unhinged, I had to read it to you, okay? She Pied Pipered young women into the glam world of shooting tea. Really? Never did I do that. Never would I do that. If you know me, I've always been like, don't transition until you're ready. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going on. And having sex for money. Really? Okay. Because there's really no money in there. So didn't do that. Okay. Then she pimps them into the MTF fetish porn she profits from. It will follow them for the rest of their lives. Vile. So these are the these are the kind of people that are so obsessed. So then she goes and starts looking at my whole website and posting my products. And I'm like, wow, I was wondering why I was making so many sales. Because all of a sudden my sales just went crazy, skyrocketed. And she was posting my products, and then everyone started buying my products. It was like, these people are insane. But these don't represent the whole TERF space. But I want to let you know that there's a lot of them coming out more and more. And what I started to notice was that more and more of these TERF situations are coming out. But that being said, I also want to talk about the flip side. And I want to talk about the trans rights activists, okay? Let's not forget the trans rights activists. They're just as nasty. To me, now I'm seeing the same unhinged TERFs and nutty ass trans activists. They're the same people. Okay, they're just fighting for different causes. They're literally the same people. I'm not talking about regular old TERFs, and I'm not talking about regular old trans people, okay? I'm talking about, again, extremism. Remember, I talk about extremism a lot. You can't lose sight of extremism. Extremism means you have no wiggle room. You only are going to say this, and it's never going to happen. That's not how the world works, people. The world does not work that way. It does not work that way. You cannot have everything black and white. So, okay? So nobody's arguing, okay? Nobody's arguing that sex is this, you can't change. Nobody's arguing that. So when you keep yelling that at the top of your lungs, nobody's arguing that. You cannot change your sex. I did not change my sex. I talk about it all the time. If you're here, okay, and you don't know that about me, then just stay quiet and listen, because you're not understanding what I'm trying to say here, okay? Instead of screaming bullshit stuff that doesn't really reflect what's happening here, you're not listening. And this is the problem, again, with both extreme sides. Nobody wants to listen. They all think they're fucking right, and everyone thinks like everything is black and white. It's fucking not black and white. You're not going to get rid of transsexual people, ever. I've been doing this for over 30 years. You're not. There's going to be people after me. But what we are going to fix is the bullshit trans activism, fake trans men, AGP fetishist, creepy weirdos coming into women's spaces. This is what we're going to stop together, okay? So if you want to stop that together, me and you can build a bridge and become allies. You don't have to talk about my pornography. You don't have to talk about me doing this or that, or you don't like it, or I'm a woman, and blah, because when you do shit like that, you're not going to win. And not just me. Forget me. Put me there. But if you don't build allies, especially within the trans community, you're screwed. You are. It's just my opinion, but you are, because I've been doing activism and things for a long time. And you got to find the people you think hate you, and you got to build a bridge with them. Okay? Remember the Charlie Kirk thing? Everybody is like, Charlie Kirk hates you. Nope. I'm having an interview with Charlie Kirk. I'm sitting right across the table from Charlie Kirk. We actually shook hand. He shook my hand. We walked away as friends. We stayed friends. So I can prove you wrong most of the time. That when you think somebody hates you, it's because you're not either reaching your hand across the table, or you're not sitting and listening to what their concerns are. None of you are listening to these women, not you, but you understand what I mean. You're not listening to what the women are saying. Okay, when you don't listen to what the women are saying, you just make a fucking assumption that they're all crazy women and that trans women are women, right? So, no, I'm not comparing life or death. No, I am. Oh my God, people, really? Okay, hold on. Let me just grab this. You're comparing life and death combat to people with mental disability. No, I'm not. No, I am not. No, I'm not. No, I am not. Tell me how I'm doing that. Okay, and I'll wait for 1 second because I need to take a drink. How am I doing that? How am I? And how do you know that my transition was not life or death? Okay, and so 100% I agree with you that I have a disorder, okay? I do not have a mental illness, so we need to set that straight with you, TERF. Okay, so this is one of the hating ones. So, and I'm all about talking to the haters. So no, I have what's called a mental disorder, okay? It's a disorder of gender, okay? Where I feel better living as a man than a woman. Okay, it's real simple, and I've proven it works. Okay, So, yeah, I should ignore, but I think it's really important to show you that these are the kind of people out there that are not willing to move forward. Everyone has it's about life and death, blah, 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 blah. Why are you making it so black and white? It's not about life and death. Okay? How many? It's just not. It's about space. It's about feeling safe. Okay? It might be more about like maybe stuff like sexual assault and feeling unsafe in that. But come on, life and death, you're really getting way the fuck off the deep end here. Okay? So these are the kind of people though that really make it so nobody wants to support the TERF movement. It's people like this, because they're just very, very black and white in their thought process. And Buck has a mental illness, and she's crazy, and don't listen to her. So yeah, everyone lost their idea of now. I want to tell you, if you come in here and you spew bullshit like this, you're going to get platformed. So that's how that works. So you're more than welcome to your belief system, okay? But the only reason the only way I'm going to bring you up next is if you pay me, okay? So you can pay me a super chat, and then I'll continue to have the conversation with you. So with that, I want to show you this. So now this is the other side of the trans active of. So there's the TERFs saying this, right? So the trans activists got fucking pissed, okay? They got pissed about Tish saying that in the woman's space, okay? So this is what happened to, do you know who this guy is? I know you all do. So hold on here. Let me bring this up.
Joey is just dumb and doesn't realize the impact of his actions in a society that keeps looking for an excuse to vilify trans folks and make it harder for them to live, or if he genuinely harbors these transphobic ideals.
Over the last few days, I'm sure many of you have seen people like this woman attacking me, calling me horrible things like transphobic. Why?
See how they use the word transphobic to a guy who's super awesome, by the way, okay? Super awesome, dude. And he's supporting women's rights. And of course, the trans people call him transphobic because that's all they have. That's all they have. So this guy is not transphobic, by the way.
Because I defended a woman that was being verbally assaulted by a man in the women's locker room, a man that is a convicted felon for domestic violence. Then they went after my small business Taste, leaving comments and bad reviews calling it transphobic, trash, and even attacking my customers, calling them white supremacists, which makes no sense considering I was defending a black woman. Then they demanded that I do better and apologize. So I put this post up yesterday saying I absolutely will not apologize. As a matter of fact, I will never apologize again for doing what's right. The amount of love and support that you all showed me and my business Taste from that post was incredible. So I personally just want to say thank you and continue to stand up for what's right.
That's right.
That is that women have the right to feel safe and protect themselves in locker rooms. Period. Have a great week, everyone.
Awesome, dude. So you see what happened? The trans activists now went after his livelihood. They dox you. They go nuts on your fucking ass, okay? And they will try to wipe you out. All because you, right, have a different opinion, okay? What world do we live in now where women can't say we don't want you? Okay, women have been trying to find their space for years upon years. You cannot forget this piece of the puzzle. Trans women are males. Period. I don't care what the fuck you say. Trans women are males. They were socialized. Do you know what socialization means? Do you all know what socialization means? I was socialized as a female. Whether you like to fucking hear that as trans people or not, it's the reality of it. Stop trying to deny actual reality. I was socialized as a woman. I was socialized as a girl. I was socialized how to walk the world that way, how to be that way, how to move around that way. I don't know what it means to be a man. I never will know what it means to be a man. I know, in my opinion, what it means to look like to be a man. Okay? But when you are trans women who are males, who are socialized pretty much most of your life as a man, And then you come into a space and you think now you're a woman and that you can overtalk women and that you can be. This is not a fucking trans movement. This is a male's rights movement. I don't know why this is so fucking hard for you people to see that. Because actual trans people don't act this way. They don't act insane like this. I just don't. I don't believe that, okay? I work for it, okay? I work to get into this space. I show you that I deserve to make an A+ on my report card because I do my fucking homework. I don't just get to have an A+ because I think I'm better than you. We as transsexuals are moving into the world, okay? We have to come into you. We are a very small amount of people. But how now does a very small minority group of people just come in and wipe out a larger group of people's rights? How? How does that happen? How? I don't understand how that happens. And it's why I keep telling you, I don't identify as trans. I'm not part of the trans movement. I don't know what trans rights mean. I don't know what any of that means. What I know is this. I have a disorder. Okay, I feel like I want to be a dude. I know I'm not. I changed my appearance. I walk that way. I understand. This is a privilege, people. I have a huge fucking privilege to live this way, to walk this way, to have all of you people respect me and help me to feel like a better person. I want to participate in the world as a good person. I don't want to be a bad person. I don't want to ask for things. I want to earn them. When you earn things, you feel more powerful. It's so crazy. Thank you for that, friend. Thank you, Mod. Like I said, get technical with it to erase the confusion. Whatever parts you got, that's the space you use. Sure, I have no problem using the women's room, but that's just not going to work. You and I both know that. So there's got to be a better solution to that, right? Okay. To the idiot at the start, if Charlie Kirk could have a convo with Buck without name calling, BS, and buzzwords, that's right. Thank you for saying that, Daria. It's true. I had a conversation with something all you people keep telling me hated me. He didn't hate me. Charlie did not hate me. Charlie did not hate me. I was brought back to TPUSA 5 times after that. Okay? So what I keep trying to tell you all, it's a men's rights movement. It's not trans women. So let me show you this. Because this is actually a really important piece of this. This just happened. Let me find it. 1 second here. I apologize. Here it is. Hold on.
Senator Winner, as the only black lesbian here, can I please ask you a question because I flew here to do that? Yeah. Okay. As a lesbian woman who was attacked in the women's locker room at Gold's Gym this week, by a self-identifying trans woman with a documented history of domestic violence, I'm deeply concerned about women's safety in female-only spaces. What would you say to women who are seeking assurance that their safety will be protected from men who, by California law, can self-ID as women in women-only spaces, sir? Please tell me.
Yeah, so we want, everyone to be safe. And we also know that we have trans people, both men and women, who are men and women.
Okay, so first off, I hate this dude, Scott Wiener. He's an idiot. Secondly, trans women are not women and trans men are not men. Hence, trans. If they were men and women, you wouldn't use the word trans. She's a black woman, but she's just a woman, okay? Black is over here, but I understand why she has to use black in the whole context of racism and different ways of being in that space, okay? So she's a woman first, then she's a black woman, and so forth and so on, and then she's a lesbian, and then she's all of that, right? But this idiot... San Francisco. This was in San Francisco.
If you're trans women or women.
Senator, you've done great things with the bills you've passed with the housing. I've read a lot of your bills. And like you said, there are bills that need to be opened up. And I'm telling you now, millions of women across America are being harassed and sexually assaulted in locker rooms. I'm a lesbian black woman. I'm not transphobic. I'm not homophobic. And I do respect a lot of the things you've done. But I do see a lot of these bills that you've passed that are dangerous for women and young children. And I understand that you're trying to be on a level playing field. And I'm here to represent my community because I hear a lot of things about my community in these bills. And I'm telling you as a woman, first and foremost, that this is dangerous and we need your help because you're in the office. You're going to go in the publicity spot. I want to support you. I have millions of people behind me watching this right now. And we want to know, are you going to protect women? Not trans women, women. Trans women are different things. Women. Listen, we need to protect women's safety. I was assaulted.
Okay, did you guys hear that? Did you hear that? It's a man saying that. It's a man saying trans women are women. It's not a woman saying it. In that audience, it's a man saying trans women are women. Fuck you, okay? But watch this. This is the best part.
I was assaulted. No, they are not. They are men. I was assaulted by men. He broke his wife's jaw so bad she needed reconstructive surgery. I'm a lesbian. I'm not transphobic and I'm black. So if there's another black woman in here who wants to tell me how they feel, please join in. But all of you are not. And I don't know who you are or what you are, but I'm a lesbian, and I'm telling you right now, men are harassing women in the locker room.
Let's let him answer the question.
I'm just telling you, since y'all want to woo.
No, just let's.
Now I'm done. And by the way, I respect what you have done. I just want to let you know that.
Thank you.
I'm done.
I appreciate your point of view.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry that you were harassed,
Multiple times.
and I appreciate you talking about it. I think we need to protect the safety of all women, and that obviously that's incredibly important. And I also know that trans women are also brutalized in this country. So women and
Oh my God.
are brutalized.
See, again, it comes back to men. It literally went full circle to man. Oh, but trans women are males. Okay? Women are way more brutalized, way more murdered, way more raped, way more sexual assault than any trans woman out there. This is the bullshit. He literally went right back. And also, these are men. These are men discussing this with a woman. Oh my God.
We have to protect women. We cannot be raped in the bathrooms by men that want to say they're women. They're not women. They're not women. I'm leaving. It's okay, but I'm not.
Fuckers.
I am leaving because you know what? You guys are not protecting women. You're doing a lot. The bills that you're passing for the law, I read a lot of them. They're great. But this things with the trans, it's not right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Listen.
And my name is Tish Hyman. You heard me, sister? All right. Don't let them use our blackness and our civil rights as a reason to pass weird laws for children to transform. It's wrong. My sister's in jail. She can't get free tampons or soap, but she can get free transformation medication.
Wham!
Is best. Tired of it.
Bam! She just wrecked everyone. She wrecked it. She's a hero. She's a fucking hero. I don't care what. Literally, her sister's in prison, can't get soap and tampons, but the motherfucking trans women in there get to have medication. I've been screaming at the top of my lungs, by the way, about trans women in women's prison, okay? Now all of a sudden, there's condoms. There's fucking condoms in women's prison. What does that tell you? Why do you think they segregate men and women's prisons? In that case, why don't you just make everything a fucking free-for-all? Like, it's so absurd to me. It was a man coming after that woman and a black woman. All of you fucking people in BLM and Black Women Matter and blah, blah, blah. You don't give a fuck about black women. What she just said, you are using black people for your own weird shit. And if you look, it was all white, liberal, San Francisco, woke-ass, creepy people. Nobody said a thing. They were all sitting there all scared like a bunch of mice, right? They were all just like, I don't want to, women, actual women, people, women. Like, what? I'm not, I just want to let you know this. I'm not fucking tapping out. I fucking can't stand this shit. I am still connected to the TERFs, but what I will not tolerate is when you try to come after me, TERFs, trans people, fucking whatever you are, I don't give a shit, calling me a racist, calling me all that shit, you are in for a big fucking fight, okay? Because I don't back the fuck down. I've never backed down. I am this man today, okay? And I said man, okay? Because I have endured shit after shit after shit. I'm 63 fucking years old, people. I'm not a 20-year-old little fucking activist. I'm a fucking solid ass human being who cares about you and me coexisting, and I give a fuck about women, okay? And I swear to God, I just don't understand how you cannot see how important it is for us to be allies in this fight. Okay? I will not side with bullshit. I will not side with lies. I will not side with deceit. I will not side with brainwashing. Okay? You don't have to be my fucking friend. You don't have to be my friend. But what you do need to understand is we have to coexist in this world together. We can walk on the different sides of the street. We never have to touch each other. Okay? But don't you dare think that I'm going somewhere, because I'm not fucking going anywhere. Okay? This changed my life for the better. And I am so sick and tired of these sick trans people representing. It's why I don't belong to a movement. I refuse to belong to a movement. I don't belong to a political movement. I don't belong to a sexual movement. I don't belong to a sex movement. I don't belong to any of that. I belong to reality, and the reality of life, and from a 63-year-old transsexual who has lived in a male space and a women's space. Okay, you have to understand, I can see things. I'm not better than you. I am no way, in any way, shape, or form, saying I'm better than you. But if you sit with me today and you try to have any type of compassion for a person like me, you will see people like me want for you and me to exist together. We don't want to take from you. We want to be with you. Two fucking different things. Sorry, I just totally had a spaz attack. I did. Jen, Buck, get this, that Alexis Black person literally stole his wife. Yep, I know his wife's name and hit her in the face. He did. Oh, thank you for that, Jen. Okay, so before I go today, okay, I'm fired up because I'm not gonna, you can hate me all you want, and the TERFs aren't gonna get rid of me because I'm all on board with that shit, okay? But if you're a TERF in this room today, you got to sit with the other TERFs and you got to say, calm the fuck down, okay? I'm not your fucking enemy, okay? Same with the trans people. I'm not enemy of trans people. I'm an enemy of fucking deception. I'm a warrior of truth. That's just literally what you need to know. I'm a warrior of truth. I will always sit here and be truthful with you. I have nothing to hide from you. I have lived a life that when you read my book, when you read my book, you will see I have lived a life that you won't even fucking imagine that. How the fuck did I make it here? I don't know how I made it here, other than the fact that somebody wants me to be here today. Somebody wants me to have this channel. Somebody wants me to be able to say these things. I don't know. Could be. There could be. I don't know who it is or how it is or what it is, but I do feel a calling. As much as I'm being pushed against from all sides, people are trying to stop me, silence me, take me out, including these social media spaces. You can't. You can't. When somebody like me has dealt with homelessness, drug addiction, essay, all of it. I pretty much dealt with all of it, just so you know. But it doesn't matter. I'm not holding it in my heart anymore. I let that shit go. Okay? That's the thing that we're not teaching people today. Let the shit go. Change the things you can. Deal with the things you can't. And move on with your life. The serenity prayer is extremely powerful. And when you understand that you can't change everything, but sometimes you can change it enough to get back to a sense of reality. We have to fight for women. I don't care who you are. Even as trans people, we have to fight for women. Okay? Women deserve space. And they deserve to say the things they need to say. But now they're getting fucking pissed. And do you blame them? I don't blame them for getting fucking pissed in any way, shape, or form. I do not blame them. I'm pissed too. I'm pissed for you. It should never have ended up like this. This is the thing I want to show you two last things before we go here, because these are two really kind of important, I think, let me see here, this one.
Notice a trend of people saying that trans people are like socialized as whatever gender they were assigned at birth. And to be honest, I think it has some merit, but I also think it comes off as very turfy a lot of the time. Because when you try to apply that concept to a lot of trans women, again, totally depends on every single person's situation. But
Shut up.
Make a generalization here and say that a lot of trans women either were never accepted as men and bullied their whole entire life for not being masculine enough.
That is not... This is what I'm talking about. These are the kind of people that talk in the trans community. A 12-year-old. You didn't get socialized. You're a woman, and you got socialized as a woman, okay? I don't care how much you think you didn't. You fucking did. The minute you came out of your mommy's tummy, okay? And you are a girl. You are socialized as a girl. They put clothes on you like a girl. They talk to you like a girl. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way, okay? You are a girl. And then you get socialized as a girl. And this is what I need for people to understand. Don't let these people gaslight you.
Or tried really, really hard to be masculine, and it was slowly killing them inside. In what world, in what situation have either of these people ever benefited from the patriarchy? In what sense are they inherently privileged for being assigned?
Because trans women are men. So let me explain this to you, child. That's why they don't want you to hear socialization. Trans women were socialized as men, dumbass. And so, yes, they did benefit from the patriarchy. Do you know that trans women still benefit from the patriarchy? Trans women are women. We just saw it in the Scott Wiener saying that. Trans women are women. They're more brutalized than women. Like, that is the patriarchy at play.
Male at birth. That I just feel like we need to be a little bit more critical about that. I just feel like a lot of you guys forget that trans kids and queer kids exist. Like, a lot of us have been this way ever since we were kids, and we're never really
shut up
into the gender we were assigned at birth.
You are big. This is the shit I'm talking about. Okay, so that's enough of that barfy crap. So let me just show you this last one.
What about folks who have wombs but are not women, like trans people, genderqueer folks? Why do you keep saying women when this issue affects more than women?
I do benefit from it. 100% I benefit.
I am not.
You clearly came late. And I do benefit from it. And I've always been honest about it. I 100% benefit from being a male now. So what's your fucking point? What's your point? So, I mean, my God, people.
Binary. I have a friend who is intersex. This issue affects more than women. It affects trans men. It affects gender.
No, it doesn't.
Women have wombs.
It doesn't affect me. Don't talk for me, okay? Only women have cervixes. Trans men are women. Trans men are female. Okay, you can live as a man. I live as a man. It doesn't discount my actual physical sex is female. That's why I have a cervix. Well, not in all, everything was taken out. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, of course you do. Like, this is the kind of brainwashing, insane, cult-like behavior. In cults, you know what they do? They repeat it over and over and over and over. You know what happens when you repeat? People start to believe it, right? Trans women are women. Trans women are women. That's why you see it written over and over and over and over and over and over. So how come people aren't going women are women, 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 women? Because you don't have to. Because we know that's the reality of the space.
I am not a woman and I have a womb.
You are a woman. And
I
you do
know.
have
I am not a woman and I have a womb. This is the world we live in.
No.
Next question.
And did you see all the crazy people get up and like attack? Oh God. Oh my God. I still have breeding hips as a trans guy. Chaos erupts totally. No, you're not. I mean, fuck you guys. It's actually fucking so. How do you think I feel? I'm just so over it. I'm so fucking over it. It is actually pathetic. Anyway, okay, I gotta go to the baby girl. She's doing amazing. Thank you guys so much for asking. I just bought, just picture the cutest little baby in the world. That's the little baby girl. She is so incredible. Like, she's cooing now. She's laughing. She is really, I also want you all to know, like, I want to end this on a really high note. Not all this insanity. So she sleeps from 10 o'clock at night, right? Chromosomes make it simple, totally. That's right, pretty much. So she's sleeping from 10 o'clock at night till you're not even going to believe it, till 6 o'clock in the morning. It is actually insane. Everybody's like, you are so lucky. I can't believe it. I know it only had like the first couple weeks of disruptive sleep. But other than that, we trained her on some level. We like pretty much try to keep her going, and we feed her a ton of formula before bedtime, and she conks out. And like 10 to 6, man. And it's like literally, I mean, she makes little noises in the night, thank God, because I get so paranoid if I don't hear her. I'm like, oh my God, I hope the baby's okay. But Other than that, thank you all so much for sending me a lot of love around the baby. I feel very, very blessed to have a new little kid in my life. My son is so awesome. He's going to be in high school next year, and he's the best big brother that a little girl could ever have. And so my family has just really morphed into something so incredible. And why I even more, since I got this little baby girl in my life, I feel even more, not that I didn't before, but I feel even more focused on women's and girls' rights. And I am not going to let go of this. I'm like a pit bull, people. I'm the pit bull for those, for women and girls. And so I want her to be raised in a space where she feels comfortable to be a girl, as long as she does. And she gets to be old enough to realize she has stuff going on. That's on her. It's not on me. And I will not in any way, shape, or form make her feel empowered to be a young girl and a lady. And you have my word on that. So that being said, whatever happens, happens. But I will make sure that she knows it is badass to be a girl. So with that, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If you can, subscribe to the channel. I think I'm going to hit like 195,000 subscribers in the next week. And if you guys can help get this channel to 200,000, I will be forever grateful. And I will continue, even if I don't, I will. But I will continue to speak out. And by you helping my voice get out there, we can all benefit from having voices from all aspects of this space to get back to a reality-based world so that we can start enjoying life again. Like, everyone's so angry and mean and disconnected and fucked up because we have to do shit like this, right? But, you know, instead of us really loving each other and being respectful toward each other, that's the world that I want my baby girl to grow up in. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.